Hi, boys and girls. Author Maria Dismondy. Today's lesson we talked about in the Sunny Side Homeschool. It was called work ethic. We talked all about hard work and determination. Now, I started the story talking about the example of Rosie Revere, engineer, a little girl who dreams of becoming an engineer. She makes all these really cool things and was really proud of herself. She used recyclables, things that weren't being used anymore. But when she makes one of her favorite uncles something, he worked in a zoo and she made him a little hat to keep the snakes away, and he laughed at her, and that completely changed how she felt about creating and being curious and being an investigator and a builder. She was embarrassed now. However, the story continues, and her great aunt comes into town, and she decides, the great aunt shares that she has always wanted to fly, so Rosie tries creating a machine where she can fly. It doesn't quite work, but what Rosie learns is that it's hard work that makes a difference. So she tried again. And every time you try something and it fails, try again and learn from that mistake. So this was a beautiful example of work ethic. After this, we took a quick brain break where I taught a pretty cool move. You want to see the move I taught? Okay, you got to go with your legs. Legs go in and out, and then you take your arms, you go in and out, in and out, in and out. And we did a brain break with the song, Who Let the Dogs Out? Next, we talked about what are your priorities as a kid. So there are certain things that kids have to do every day. And those things include taking care of yourself. We went through that in last week's lesson. Self-care, you've got to brush your teeth. You have to put clothes on. You got to take your shower. You got to take care of yourself, right? The other one is schoolwork. You have to listen to what your teachers are saying you need to be doing and what your parents say you need to be doing. Helping at home is part of your priorities as a kid. Whether it's chores or making your bed or helping out around the house. And then the last thing that is a priority of yours as a kid, a priority being something that needs to happen, a priority is something that needs to happen, is play. And I believe that play is a priority for kids. However, work always comes before play. Work always comes before play. So even though play is a priority for kids, you should get your work done first. There are other things that you might do that are priorities. Right now, I know we're not really doing any of those other priorities, like extracurricular activities outside of the home, like sports and music. Actually, my kids are doing music online, so I can't say that one. Like catechism, religious classes, those kinds of things are probably not happening right now. But your priorities as a kid are those 4 things. We watched a really cool video about a hockey team in Africa. And how hard they had to work to learn to play hockey because they didn't have ice to practice on. So go ahead and download the PowerPoint to watch that video. We talked about work before play. We talked about being thorough. What does that mean? It means when somebody asks you to do something, let's say your mom asks you to sweep. You need to know exactly what to do, and you have to do it well the first time and double check your work. And so what I say, let's say you sweep really fast and there's still crumbs. Mom's going to make you do it again, okay? So being thorough is getting the job done well the first time and double checking your work. So before you go to tell mom that you're done, go through and make sure you've done what you said you were going to do. Being thorough is part of a hard work ethic. Expectations. Know what is expected of you. If mom asks you to go sweep, ask questions. Say, what room would you like me to sweep? How many rooms? Like, clarify so you know what is expected of you. Number 4, take initiative. I showed a really cool picture, so look at the PowerPoint of what does initiative look like. It's when everyone is standing there doing nothing and one person is stepping out saying, I'm going to do something to take action. That's initiative. And people who have a strong work ethic take initiative. Example, let's say dad has been having a really hard time at work, and you can see it in his face, you can kind of feel it in his behavior, and he goes every Wednesday night after dinner, he goes outside and he gets the trash cans and he brings them in from trash day. Well, on Wednesday night after dinner, you could go outside and you could do it. But dad didn't ask me to do it. Okay, but developing a strong work ethic is doing things before they're asked of you. So even though dad didn't ask you to do it, you know he's having a hard time, you know that you could help out, go do it. Take initiative. The next thing we talked about was that hard work pays off. It feels really good when you do a good job. I showed a sports video of this guy who's running in a race, and he's almost ready to cross the finish line, and he starts cheering, and then the guy behind him runs as fast as he can and crosses the finish line first. Hard work pays off. That guy behind, he saw the end was near, and he started running as fast as he can, while the guy who thought he was going to win was cheering for himself before he even crossed the finish line. Hard work pays off. My demonstration today includes bubbles. Bubbles, okay? I had my kids try to catch a bubble without letting it pop. So I'm going to see if I can do this. Trying to catch a bubble before it pops. Hard work. I wasn't able to achieve it, but next time I could try something differently. I'm not going to give up. I could maybe try putting a glove on. Maybe it's something like my skin that is popping it. Maybe it needs something softer than my skin, maybe like cotton gloves. Hard work pays off, okay? Demonstration of hard work. And then it was your turn. And what we did today for your turn is I had you take out a piece of paper. Ooh, the bubbles got everything very wet. I had you take out a piece of paper, and on the paper, write the word work before play. And I wrote play kind of fancy. Work before play. Double check your work. So we talked about 6 different things on developing good work ethic, but that's a lot to remember, so we chose 3 of them for you to remember. Work before play, double check your work, and then we wrote the word now and we wrote the word later. Cross off later and underline now. Do the work now. Don't procrastinate. I didn't tell you the 6th thing. The 6th thing was procrastinating. That's when you say, I'll do it later. Do it now. And I gave an example of how I've had some writing to do for work, and I keep procrastinating throughout the day. I have my list of what needs to get done, and instead of doing it, I keep saying I'll do it later, and then I have to do it while my kids are watching a show, which is usually a really fun family time when we snuggle up on the couch and we watch TV together. And I've been having to work during TV time because I've been procrastinating. So procrastination is not a good thing for developing good work ethic. So we did talk about procrastination as well. All right, friends, I will see you on Friday. I hope you can tune in live. If not, Friday we're talking about worry, nervousness, and feeling calm. See you then.